Hello, my name is Lester Fortier, the current president of Chicagoland Toys, Tots Motorcycle Parade. This is a television show dedicated to our parade this year, which will be, what day will it be, John? John Reagan next to me, by the way.
The first Sunday in December. I'm thinking it's December 4th or something.
I think you would be right.
But,
you're thinking correctly today. So we're here to let everyone know about our parade. As per the great city of Chicago that helps us immensely have this parade. We are a non-for-profit. We've been doing this. This will be our 45th year of having this parade in Chicago, believe it or not.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, no kidding. And 1 year it was suspended, 2 years ago, because the whole world stopped, I guess, you know.
Well,
and
we're hoping on putting on a big parade, a good time for everybody. And we're hoping to get a lot of volunteers and a lot of riders.
That's right. We're already getting ready to get our permits, our kickoff party, our membership signed up. We had our kickoff party for the south side.
And one for the north side?
And one for the north side. Make sure everybody likes each other. We have a lot of interested people and interested organizations that want to get helped, involved, assist us so we can assist them. Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get our toy committee member on one of these shows. I'm pretty sure we took care of 30,000 kids last year and over 7,000 families. Something
Outstanding.
Like yeah.
Good time was had by all at the two parties.
Yeah.
You know, it's a way for the organization to say thank you to everybody for their hard work last year and to hopefully encourage new people to come and join.
That's right. Now we give them a little gift for thanking them. We gave them a backpack last year. I think the year before it was like a duffel bag or roll with wheels on it. Remember?
Yeah. This year they had a couple of they were coolers, extendable handle coolers.
Right. You had your choice.
Yeah, I grabbed one of those, and they had some nice backpacks.
Yeah.
That I saw most people get.
And the reason we do that, we can't pay anybody, obviously. We're not for profit. But that's just thanking them for all their hard work and dedication. And plus the new people that come out to want to join the organization, they're going to be asking, why didn't I get one of them? And we tell them you don't get one because you didn't do anything. So
that's right. It's a reward for last year.
That's right. It's like a thank you gift. That's what we call it, as a matter of fact.
And we can say thank you right here, right now.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you to the city of Chicago for allowing us the honor of going through your... Because basically we're invading the city of Chicago. We're basically cutting it in half. You agree?
I agree. We have a great parade without the help of many city employees and departments.
That's right.
We couldn't put on.
Now this man next to me rides his motorcycle. We don't keep a picture of it in his wallet. He actually, as a matter of fact, it's out in the parking lot now.
Yeah, it's out there.
Okay.
It was a hard push to get it over here, but
okay.
Only a couple of miles.
Look how many friends you meet. But that's what it's all about. As we get closer to the parade, we'll start, people will start talking about making sure you check your tire. And you don't have to have a motorcycle to be a part of this organization.
No, you certainly don't need a motorcycle to volunteer.
Not at all.
We need volunteers. There's lots of jobs that can be done without it. And if you're not a biker, you will find that there are many friendly people in the organization.
It helps that you're not afraid of them.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But,
they're not all as ugly as him.
That's true. That's true. I earned this. Then I should get a windshield.
There you go. I was thinking on my way up here, because it's a little cold, it's time to raise the windshield on my bike a little bit.
Well, you're so goddamn tall. So. Yeah, we'll talk about interesting things that happen on your motorcycle. But it's tough.
Yeah,
but it's a good thing for the city of Chicago. And we've been around so long, 45 years, that we've gone full circle. In other words, people can remember being helped by us 20, 30 years ago, and now they're in a position.
Oh yeah, many of our current members and donors and supporters are previous recipients of the city's generosity and the organization's hard work.
We go to not only individual families, we'll talk about the letters and such in a minute, but we also take care of community outreach programs. As a matter of fact, about 5 years ago, I was at a Northside meeting, and a young couple was there, and I like to find out why they joined, and and she was telling me, the young lady, that she joined because when about 5 years prior to that, or 3 years before that, she had was in a home for battered women around Christmas, and she had 2 little kids, and Toys for Tots came down there and gave their kids some toys with no questions, no nothing, just boom, there we are, happy Merry Christmas.
Nice.
And she thought that when she always said to herself when she was in a position of giving back, she would, and she did. Of course, she informed me the guy standing next to her was not the man in question, and I thanked her for that. So. But I think she's still a member, so that's kind of cool.
That is good.
But get involved. A lot of people do this, even though they may not had been helped by an organization like this. But it's so nice to know it'd be like an insurance policy in case something were to happen to you in your life, that you know the organization would stand behind you. Okay? At least give you flowers if you're in a hospital. Right? We've done that. We continue to do. So what do you got to do to get a toy from us?
Got to send in a letter. Must be a letter, no fax, no email. Doesn't have to be handwritten, but it does have to be signed and mailed. Just a brief description of what you need, how many kids, boy, girl, what age.
And kind of like why. It doesn't have to be a book. A paragraph is fine. Maybe a
little something explaining your hardship, and it doesn't have to be in detail.
Right. Maybe you both used to having jobs. Only one of you got jobs now. The parents or pay the gas bill, or do you buy a present? Others be the guy to buy the present for you.
Right.
I can guarantee you, if nothing else, one thing: every letter will be read by our toy committee, and number two, every child or every family will get the same amount of toys as everybody else does. All right. Usually it's a bag of toys, maybe 5 or 6 little ones, maybe 1 or 2 big ones, right?
Sometimes there's several big ones, depending on.
But we try to keep everything consistent, and even you cannot tell us what you want. That's something you see that Santa Claus on your own.
We will let it, itemize the toy list for you. It'll be a bag of toys, age and gender appropriate.
Yeah.
And
it might be a bit confusing this year. Which could be that'll be for another show.
I think,
But it does make a difference, and like I was telling people lately, since Halloween's coming up, John, I'm sure you've had some pretty bad Halloween costumes in your day, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
You end up with the plastic. Hopefully, it wasn't the plastic bag. You're still here. Maybe the paper bag over your head, eyes cut out.
The Charlie Brown thing. I got the rock.
You can have a bad Halloween, and that's not going to affect you as much as if you did not get a toy or a terrible toy on Christmas. That's something that you'll remember, okay, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we're going to make sure we can take care of as many
as we can.
Children as we can in Chicagoland. Now, but being Chicagoland, we go from the inside working our way out. We've gone as far as Wisconsin, little south in Illinois, maybe Indiana. But I guarantee you, we start from the middle and work our way out. We take care of everyone we can, and we have toy donation locations all over the place. I know John, but I don't want to. Well, we're not going to mention any money, but he actually is hooked up with the largest laundromat in the world. Okay.
Well, there have been many people who've done more than I have as far as getting collections done.
But still, that's the roots of it. Yeah. You get 7 or 8 boxes out there, and you maintain it. They get filled up. You bring them to the warehouse, and it's kind of a cool thing. And that gentleman at the largest laundromat in the world always seems to take care of us above and beyond the toys that he collects.
Oh yeah,
which is kind of, he should be called out for that. Everybody should.
Yes, community-wise, he's very generous. He supports a lot of activities in the Cicero-Berwyn area.
That's right. So that's what we move on. We go forward. Everybody has heard of us that I'm aware of.
They all know Toys for Tots.
Everybody knows Toys for Tots. That's right.
It's amazing. When I first started doing this, a lot of people didn't understand that there was a little difference between us and the Marine Corps, but it's
right.
The parade has gotten so large.
I'm glad you touched on that. The Marine Corps actually started this. Let me see.
The concept of collecting toys for
1947. Wow. Okay, Major Bill Hendricks. He was a Marine reservist after World War II. He's in Los Angeles, and his wife wanted to do something to help the children in the area for Christmas because a lot of them were, I guess, not doing well or something. And the very first toy collected for the Toys for Tots organization was a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah, probably very popular back in 1947. I didn't realize it was that in the 40s. I was thinking late 50s or early 60s. That's pretty impressive, yeah.
And every branch of our armed services has their own little charity. The Marine Corps, it's Toys for Tots. I'm sure the Air Force has one, the Navy has. I'm not aware of what theirs is. But a gentleman named Aminal Wisniewski, having served his tour of duty with the Marine Corps, he'll always be a Marine, but he started this organization back in 1978, and they went out to Glenville Naval Air Station for the very first run. They had a van and about 4 bikes or 3 bikes or something. Jack Voss will call me up and correct me, trust me on that. But none of the bikes finished because they all broke down, and I thought it was kind of ironic because the gentleman who started the parade had a bike shop that was probably supposed to fix them. So we got some,
those are 1970s Harleys, right?
Yeah,
That's all they do is break down.
and then it just kept on growing from there. They started off on 71st Street by a hardware or lumber company, G Lumber, and then we ended up going to the Forest Preserve over there in Dan Ryan Woods. Now it's still starting off from there because it just got too large.
Yeah, well, thank you to the county for that starting location, and
Yeah, we have to make sure we dot our I's and cross our T's. I got contacted by the Forest Preserve today. As a matter of fact, they're telling us don't forget to get your apply for your permit.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
yes,
And that's how it started, everyone. We had a lot of famous people involved with this. We had Kenny Rogers, Tim Allen, Doris Day, for those people who can remember her, Bob Hope, John Wayne. And this is not just in Chicago, it's all over the country. And all over the country, they celebrate Toys for Tots at the Marine Corps reservist bases.
oh yeah, well, without a doubt, it's nationwide famous now.
Right. Now, we may not give all of the toys collected to the Marine Corps, but we do give some of them because it's in our bylaws that we must support the Marine Corps and, the charity. And every year we ask them, and I guess they just don't have the time or they're under budget or whatever. But we always make sure we contact them when we're leaving the woods. I think you see me call them up or try to. So
Yes, we make the effort to give it to them if they have enough, and then we distribute them all ourselves. If they need some, we'll support them as much as we can.
But we have a crack toy committee. They're very, very good at what they do.
Yes, they are very efficient.
I've helped them. You've helped them. No matter who you are, you must earn your stripes with Gwen, which would be Tom's alter ego. Tom Dirch is our vice president and in charge of the toy committee. And he's in charge of all. And by the way, everyone, we do keep each and every letter that we get. Okay? Put them in these big giant books like the Bible. They're bigger than the Bible. You've been down there and seen that. And whether you get the toys or if you get denied, you will be contacted one way or the other. And it totally amazes me because I like to bounce around a little bit, find out what's going on in the organization. So sometimes I'll be on the letter opening committee. I worked with the toy committee last year a little bit. I've collected the toys and all that. But you'd be amazed how many letters that we get, truly heartfelt letters, that they forget to put their phone number down, okay? Which is kind of hard to help somebody out unless we have a phone number.
Maybe some of them don't have phones in it.
Well, then you got to give us some kind of point of contact, okay? We can't, if it's a large apartment building or something, there's no way we can,
I see your point, yes.
We have to have some kind of a point of contact so we can get back to you. And like I said, you will be contacted if we will or not, okay? And that's what we've been doing for years. You're always going to get complaints. That happens, but I can tell you one thing. We've been around 45 years for a reason, because we must be doing something right.
Yeah, but more and more love every year. Get greater support from the community, from all the local governments, and
Uh-oh.
I think that's you, because I thought I turned my...
That ain't me. I don't make that things, huh?
Oh.
Maybe I don't do that for Texas. Anyway, I'd like to go through the members' handbook real fast. It's a good idea. But we already talked about the Marine Corps. We've had as many as 72,000 motorcycles in this parade.
Huge. Two years in a row, I think we had those really outstanding numbers with 2012, 2013.
And again, it's not just the parade is when we get all our toys. A lot of that is through, like the world's largest laundromat, times that by 2,000. That's how many people we have that help us.
Support all around the city, all kinds of businesses.
That's right. But that's how we get that. Now, to become a registered member, we had our 2 parties. You could sign up there, and they get a Toys for Tots number. If you're a very first-time member, what do you have to do before you get your number?
You have to show up for 3 meetings or events.
That's right.
Volunteer in a couple of spots, hit a meeting, basically you just got to be involved a little bit somehow, some way.
We don't, and this was all thought of before we got involved here, prior to us. And it's a good idea because that makes sure that you're committed. If you want to just join and enjoy the party, that's fine. We'll take your donation and listen to the band. Okay, it's not like we make you wear earplugs if you're not a member. Right? And then after that, your second, third year, whatever year it is after that, you just have to go to one meeting because you done proved yourself that you could be committed enough to go to 3 the first year.
Once you get there, you'll find it really to be a pleasant experience. A lot of people to chat with. You find your little niche where you fit in and work that committee.
Yes, some people actually use it as a dating surface. I can think of 3 people that met each other and got married. Of course, there's probably 30 out there that got divorced too. But there's 2 ways of looking at that.
Well,
But it's a good organization.
Yeah, and it's a place where you have a common interest. If you're meeting somebody there, then both of you have an interest in it. So
yeah, it crosses all lines. Now, if you want to get involved with our website, which we're going to put on our, actually, can we? What's your name again?
I forgot.
Thanks.
We should coordinate this before we get started.
I thought I wrote it down. I guess I didn't. Anyway,
ChicagolandTFT.org.
Can we go on the website now? Thank you, Julie. Julie, right? I remember Julie. Yeah, things are a little different here today at the TV show. Again, I'd like to thank CAN TV for allowing us to be able to be here. You can be my IT guy because you're so good at that.
What do we got? I can't read him.
I don't got to come up yet. I guess we can still talk. All members should respect each other. Okay. We have a disciplinary procedures in case we have to get rid of someone.
Yeah, hopefully.
We got a 9-member board. Here we go. Here's the, I don't know if you can see that. Try to brought my glasses.
ChicagolandTFT.org is our
No, is that on there?
Yes, it is.
Click on it.
Oh, it's on the screen. I can't read it. I told you I can't read that.
We have a 9-member. You can't read it either? Damn.
It's a good thing the camera's not on us.
Yeah, no kidding. We're squinting. We're both squinting. We both look like Chinese.
And these glasses are fresh from this year, too. Oh. That's a bad thing.
Just punch it in there, whatever it says. Like,
I can't.
What?
I can't.
No.
Well, go to your computers. It's www.chicagolandtft.org.
CAN TV.
We don't rehearse this show in case you haven't noticed.
It's completely live. We go to Google maybe. Maybe we can Google it. Is that a blank screen up there? Okay, what is it? www.
Yeah, you're doing it. ChicagolandTFT.org. Yes.
CHICAGO. ChicagolandTFT.org, correct?
Correct. In the business, they call this dead air space, right?
No, we're talking. Start breathing loud. Is that it? Yeah, there it is right there. Let's try that. There we are. Okay, so you stop calling up and complaining. We found the website. Who is that at the front with the funny beard and all that? Who is it?
That's Santa Claus
Yes, it is.
on his wonderful motorcycle sleigh.
That motorcycle, I guarantee you, is running at least 750,000 pounds more weight than it was designed for.
There's Mrs. Claus, and that's his main elf.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
45th year. That's our poster this year. Want to stop by one of our meeting places? We'll talk about that in a moment. You can come by, pick up a poster. We'd be more than happy to give you one, as long as you display it somewhere.
Our mobile goodwill vehicle, BB1, travels about the city and suburbs prior to the parade.
That's right.
Spreading good cheer and putting out the word for us.
Yep. Now, I'm going to tell you how organized and how intelligent this organization is. This gentleman had to donate, 150, 200 bikes like that in front of our stage on the north side where we end the parade.
Oh, I remember about 3 years ago.
And we had to move them, right? So everybody started grabbing them and just started pushing them along. And then, I forget, it wasn't me, I'd love to say it was me, but somebody else says, why don't we just get on them and ride them down? You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden they were all gone. It was pretty smart.
Yeah, you would think we ride motorcycles all the time.
Exactly.
With the 2 wheels on there, it might have been a clue.
Yeah. But that was nice how we got to thank you for those people that did that.
That was wonderful.
Here today we have a meeting going on as we speak.
The Northside meeting at
American Legion, 9757 Pacific Avenue.
in Franklin Park.
Yeah. DJ Lenny.
We have a caller.
We have a caller. Yes.
Woo.
Hello.
Howdy.
I got no buttons.
Oh, they took the buttons off the screen. Or off the stage area.
How does that work with the calls? Something we should have talked about before.
You were thinking.
Who's your president? God, that son of a gun.
Well, we did figure out the right time for next week's show.
Yeah. It will be at 6:30 next week, by the way. And until further notice, it'll be 6:30 on Monday.
So tune in, CANTV. That
We're not on camera, right? Why don't you find out what's going on out there? How does that work? Unless, no, that's all right. Just sit there. She got it. I don't want to embarrass nobody.
Caller, are you here?
Hello? That's okay.
Howdy.
We're going to move forward.
There we go.
Oh, look.
And there's
That's our toy crew, people. That's a guy with a beard. That's, who's that?
Looks like you, ain't it?
Yeah, that's me. A couple other people.
We are a professional producer.
Live breaking news.
Here's people. Now it's blue. It's a little bit of white.
Right.
I can't even say it. White writing.
We have a meeting coming up the 17th. What is today? I don't even know what today is.
Today is the 17th, so that's the Northside meeting.
Yes, we have another one.
That's
the 20.
Probably starting. Ours is the Southside meeting will be the 21st, right?
Yeah.
That will be this Friday, 7 o'clock at the Ryan VFW on Archer Avenue and Central Avenue.
Right, and these are meetings designed to get us all ready for the parade.
We'll discuss the needs and where we can put people or where we can encourage.
Let's go through these pictures one at a time. There's a, what do you call that program, that TV show again?
What TV show?
The one in the corner.
Oh, that one right there?
Anyway, these are the locations in case your address isn't good enough. These are what the buildings look like.
It was Wheel of Fortune. I don't know what,
Yeah,
I don't know what
Wheel
happened.
of Fortune. There we go. There I am with Bruce. There's Tom Dirtz. There's Bruce again. There's Artie Weiner, God rest his soul. He passed away this past year.
Good man for the
These
organization.
are very well people. John Reagan must have been talking because they're all listening there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Here we are. There's
There's another guy.
guy.
That guy's wearing a
He
hat.
snuck in from the south border there. That was him. Yeah. There's Artie and his wife. There's Santa Claus talking to us. There's our Northside coordinator, Maynard, and his wife. There's Artie again.
With Denise. Hi, Denise.
Yep.
Oh, it's
That's Santo,
Tim,
former
yeah.
president. Yeah. There's another former vice president. Steve's tier 2 guy. We always have a honor guard at our military party.
And that'll be coming up in about 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, November, yeah. Yeah, it's a Northside meeting, I think. There we go.
Hello.
We're gonna get better at this as we go along.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
We've only been doing it 13 years, right?
See, good thing about John doing is he said, I could have done a better job.
Hello.
Here, go back up again. Let's look at the pictures. There you go.
Which pictures would you like to see this time?
Just keep on going down. There's the bikes
There's
we talked
bikes.
about.
Yeah, we were wheeling on back and forth, but somebody came up with the idea that we should have run.
Yeah, that's right. Honest to God, I was there. There's the Forest Preserve, help us immensely.
Oh, yes. We are lucky we get so much support from...
Yeah. We get there around 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Tells you how to request a toy. That's how well we ride.
There's some of
What'd
our
you ride
toy
with
boxes.
last year? You went with me. The last year, you usually with me up in front there.
Yeah. I think I didn't remember. I don't remember.
Maybe with the Santa guy.
Oh,
Anyway, here's the toy boxes we're talking. I'm pointing to it like they can see me. There's the toy boxes over there.
Like I say, we're professional.
When I first started doing this show, I kept looking up in the air when they started talking to me. You know?
I got cornered. In line when I was going to get my my rocker.
Yeah.
And Shelly asked me, "What'd you do on parade day?" And I didn't even think about it, so I was like totally stumped. And luckily, Scott just said, "Oh, you had been." I started in the morning at 6 o'clock. I went up and met Santa Claus and escorted Santa Claus to the parade stop, came in there and checked in with you, see if you need anything. Then I sold a bunch of
bells, right?
Yeah, the bells. And then I forgot what I did. And I came back and I think you and me, I rode with you to
Good.
escort Santa and the elves.
Oh, there's the Grinch.
So a little bit of everything. Grinch is one of our favorite Santa's helpers.
Yes.
And it's
Again,
Cindy Lou Who and
She is.
Snowball.
Okay, there's a snowball. There's a Need a Toy. It tells you how to request a toy. You either mail it to our P.O. Box 388-500-60638, Chicago, Illinois, or you can mail it to our warehouse, 8900 South Odella Avenue, 60655, I think. But it'll explain everything in here when you get on the website, how to lead you through that process. There we go. There's our former governor. And by the way, he always helped us with a big donation check 5 years prior to him becoming the governor. And since he was elected governor, I thought it would not be inappropriate to have him,
No,
get
certainly.
involved
It's
in
appropriate
the
to ask
parade.
anybody anything to come and join and
Okay, but he
ride.
never made it political. He never got to let him talk, but he always talked about what a great job we were doing because
Yes.
that's the reason why I let him talk.
Yes.
That's Gwenny in charge of the Tory Committee.
She's in charge of the group that sorts and bags
Right.
everything in the warehouse.
By the way,
Believe
Gwenny
me-
isn't that short. The former governor is that tall.
Yeah.
Oh,
1
we
minute
got-
left. That gives us another sentence
Already?
to say. If you repeat that, that takes up another 15 seconds.
Is that what it said? 1 minute left?
Yes. Don't they have the
Already?
buttons in there? Yep. Time flies when you're having fun.
No kidding.
Especially when you're screwing up.
Oh, we're doing fine. We all practiced this before the show. I hope you people appreciate our humor. Okay, keep going down.
That's as far as we can go on that page. I can't read it from here.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Very
I would bore you with my recitation of the whatever that says. Well, you're stuck.
Anyway,
Thank you all for
I
joining
think
us
we
tonight.
had a great show here.
And we'd like to thank CAN TV for
Sorry you missed your call, caller.
call
been
again
something
next
bad.
week. The show will be 6:30
Yeah,
next
6:30.
Monday. We'll put that on their calendar so we won't be late.
Yeah, and I promise you, John will be more prepared.
It's not my fault. That's right, I'm the low guy. Right?
Anyway, that's the young lady that was Make-A-Wish.
Oh, yes.
Her
Yes.
wish was to be riding next to Santa Claus in our parade, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, yes, it was. It was a wonderful thing. And
Yep.
God bless. She's had
And she
somewhat
made a
of
full,
recovery.
She's doing the commercials now for St. Jude's and such. Nice lady.
Very nice.